So this is the latest nuke one that I have. What does it say? I don't even know what it says. So, just a Fukushima presentation, and just words on the back. Well, this toga thing is so simple, and not many people do this. But that's all it is. It's just layering images on it. I'll just tie it up because I think I'll just wear it for the rest of this presentation while the techies work out how to make this thing work. And this mask, it started with cardboard, I said, and then it sort of graduated to gas masks, a whole series of gas masks, and this one is cardboard roll on the end of the nozzle of this one's a First World War mask. That's the best of the masks I find that works. They have this skull image, and they've got the planet Earth in the centre, and yeah, it's like that. And the thing is, when you wear a mask, you then take on that persona. You be aware of what it is when you take it on. So it's sort of like it becomes a sort of it's a performance. It's more than a performance. You take on. Well, it's a performance. A performance. You take on that persona and you communicate through that persona. Right. Is that working now? Okay, I'll do the Occupy Wall Street. Just go. What you're looking at now. I'll see if I can get back to the beginning. Because it's label 1, 2, 3, 4. Does it work through that? All right. Yeah? Because there's a camera there and a camera here. Huh? All right, can you still see me over there? I mean, there's nothing to see except black and... All right. Okay, I'll have to turn around. I'll do a full circle for you then. Yeah, I'll just turn around here. Now, Paul Joseph has been a long time friend of mine and followed him around, inspiration. So I really like people to really let people know this is happening here. And this, I mean, he puts on amazing events. You know, puts it together, brings people together. That's what Paul does. He brings people together, and it's so. Thank you for coming, and. Yeah, thank you, Paul, for having me on this forum. Yeah. Yeah, so we made it, you know, like all of a sudden we're on the front of Time magazine, like protest being is getting through as a credible thing in our world now, and after being rat bags. But now, I'll just go on. So, next one. Where? To you, here. This way? Oh, wait a minute, I pressed the wrong one again. You pressed this, right?
Yeah, so I think for the first slide, I think we have to do something tricky.
Here we are, yeah. So how you do it?
Yeah, but we don't want it to automatically play. speaking first?
I'm speaking as it was I move with it.
Sure. Are you the first speaker?
Yeah, it's sort of on now. Right, that's okay. I'll carry on. And I'm pressing this towards you, right? Right, that's the Time magazine article which covered the actions that took place. It really had an effect on a lot of people. Got the movement going for the young people. It's the next generation that are doing it, which is fantastic. I don't know how you do it. You got magic. What do you do? Hold it down. Yeah, right. I'll wave. Next one. Okay. I'll just keep going. Okay, I'll do an introduction. Okay, my presentation for today at this forum at Lovemore, Aquarius Lovemore, is on Occupy Wall Street, occupying space, and the art of getting people's attention on these important issues that are affecting our life. This was in Time magazine on the front cover of the last 2 years ago, which next one. Next one. This was the logo. So a lot of artists were involved. A lot of artists came together to make this, to really promote the actions that were taking place. And a lot of preparation happened beforehand to get to this stage. It started with young people occupying the park, and there was a protest beforehand. This logo and the people who were doing this were people from the Adbusters. Are you familiar with Adbusters? They put this logo together. That's Naomi Klein. Next one. So this is they had it at the Occupy site. They had a big screen up there, and they work with electronics to communicate to people, and things that came up, the speakers would talk. There was no sound system allowed. There was all these. It was cut down to just people creating from just people energy. It was people power rather, because the system wouldn't allow for sound system and a whole lot of other things. So they just was using voice and coming back with voice and people repeating back, and they put it up on the screen, on a big screen. Next one. Yep. Well, this is one of the slogans to get people down there. Next one. This Creative Commons is something that people need to know. You know how there's copyright on things, which stifles information going out. Well, Creative Commons is a trust system, and people can be part of it, and whatever materials you're putting out there, and the stuff that was coming out on Occupy was all done by, shareware. So we need to have shareware out there to get to educate the people without having for the dollars. Next one. All right. This is from there was a whole manifesto that came out from that Occupy Wall Street. There's a lot of talking going on in the park every day. People would discuss what to have in the manifesto, and that has been achieved. Next one. This is the layout of the park, and in that small park they had the kitchen in the centre, and which food was brought in from all over the place, and all was given to the people. They had the media, big media area, big electronic streaming out to the world, all the presentations that were going on there. And every day people would get up and they walk around the park saying, all day, all night, Occupy Wall Street, and then they head off into Wall Street and the protest would take place, whatever the theme was for that day. Next one. Yeah, so the religious people were involved in this campaign. Next one. This is the park. This is Sakati Park, right in the financial centre, just 2 blocks away from City Hall, 3 blocks from Wall Street and the World Trade Center, 2 blocks. It was right there in the center of everything. Next one. That's me in my costume, which I just walked back and forth to the place and set up flags and had things out the front. Met a lot of people. Just having that attention creates people to come to you and interact and network. And the network is what come out of Occupy Wall Street, and it's still happening now. There's the networking and all these actions that happen in relation to fracking and nukes and so forth, just boosts up the energy for these protests and actions, and for people with setting up gardens and green spaces and more spaces for people to be able to create and make a world of the future which is free of the pollution. So this is that's the aim of this costume. And next one. Well, they had the information centre. Next one. Yeah, there was a lot of police in the beginning, but eventually the police evaporated away from the protest, and more of them sort of were on side until it got a bit ratty, and then they closed it down later. But the meetings kept going, and it's still going, the Occupy meetings. Next one. Yeah, these are some of the banners. Next one. Now this is a drone there on exhibition. Don't know where it came from, but it was a real drone there. Next one. This is during the occupation. The first thing that a lot of the artists did there was they had cardboard everywhere and paints, and people just drew things and people just picked them and held them up around the park. Next one. And some more of the signs. People just stood with these signs around the place and talked to people and etc. Next one. Yeah, more signs. Next one. And this is some of the people that came on board around the place, a sort of network that connected up with the Occupy movement. Next one. That was an environmental one. This is a whole religious coalition of people that walked around. It was Muslims, Jews, and Christians, and others. They were mainly those 3 religions, which have not been very good to the changes that we need. Anyway, they did a whole thing there on the greed factor. That's is the Yippie elder there, a friend of mine. Yeah. Next one. Yeah, this is Make Art Not War. This is Coded Pink, is one of the groups that were there. Next one. And people were going around with food, and there's a lot of rainbow people there. So it was a lot of rainbow energy in getting this happening in the park. A lot of sharing, a lot of music, drumming, and so forth. Next one. This is the kitchen and the preparation that took place. It was just so amazing how it all grew. Next one. There's a serving. All volunteers, all people just coming out of the woodwork. There was sort of roster systems all set up and so forth. Next one. Yeah, it's more in the kitchen and nice display. Everything was done in really carefully in their presentation in public. Yeah, there's a thing on fracking on the water. The water canisters had fracking fracking stickers on them. Next one. Yeah, the wash up. They had people came and they did their own wash up. Next one. Next one. Yeah, that's a grey water system they set up there. So next one. Yeah, that's the grey water system. So everything was recycled and went through, and food was sent off to the park. These food scraps, composting went into the gardens. Next one. And this is a bit more of the gardens. They started getting the grey water system, part of the grey water system. Next one. Is grey water system, more of it. Next one. It's more of the grey water. And there was an educational process. The park was an education. It was a classroom. So they had notices of what this is about and what you can do and so forth, and networks and websites. Next one. Yeah, this more on the composting system. I was really intrigued by the way they set this up. That's why. Next one. Yeah, so this is showing how it's getting around New York. Yeah, okay. I better wind up. Okay. Anyway, that's some of. Well, you can come and see me later about more of what took place there, and I hope we have things like that happening more in public spaces, more things where we take public space and it becomes interactive, and we build an eco-village out there, right there in the public space. Thank you.